I know.
Yeah, and we're back live streaming again. Hi, this is now the fourth part of this reading that we're getting on. So my apologies. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but we're back again.
Okay.
Let's see now. Let's see if everybody else gets back. Who we got here? Yeah, Kevin is.
Okay.
Who's the king? Is that you,
I
Jennifer?
am. That's me.
Good. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Can we take it? I'll give you Summer's line.
Okay.
My liege, is young Henry, Earl of Richmond?
Come hither, England's hope.
And lays his hand upon his head.
If secret power suggests but truth to my divining thoughts, this pretty lad will prove our country's bliss. His looks are full of peaceful majesty, his head by nature framed to wear a crown, his hand to wield a scepter, and himself likely in time to bless a regal throne. Make much of him, my lords, for this is he must help you more than you are hurt by me.
Enter a post.
What happened?
I got knocked out.
Yes, it quit again. Sorry, we're back again. We're at the top of page 111. Enter a post.
Am I post?
No, you're Warwick. You have
what news, my friend?
That Edward is escaped from your brother and fled, as he hears since, to Burgundy.
Unsavory news. But how made he escape?
He was conveyed by Richard, Duke of Gloucester, and the Lord Hastings, who attended him, in secret ambush on the forest side, and from the bishop's huntsmen rescued him, for hunting was his daily exercise.
My brother was too careless of his charge. But let us hasten my sovereign to provide a salve for any sore that may be tied.
And they exit, leaving Somerset, Richmond, and Oxford.
21 plus 6.
I'm not Somerset, am I?
I'm Somerset. I'm sorry.
Good.
I was adjusting something.
Just
sorry.
do it.
My lord, I like not this flight of Edward's, for doubtless Burgundy will yield him help, and shall have more wars before be long. As Henry's late presaging prophecy did glad my heart with hope of this young Richmond, so doth my heart misgive me in these conflicts that may befall him to his harm and ours. Therefore, Lady Oxford, to prevent the worst, forthwith will send him hence to Brittany, till storms of the past civil enmity.
Aye, for if Edward repossess the crown, 'tis like that Richmond with the rest shall down.
It shall be so. He shall to Brittany come, therefore, let's about it speedily.
And they exit. Act 4, Scene 7, page 112. A flourish. Enter Edward, Richard, Hastings, along with soldiers.
Now, brother Richard, Lord Hastings, and the rest, yet thus far fortune maketh us amends, and says that once more I shall interchange my waned state for Henry's regal crown. Well have we passed and now repassed the seas, and brought desired help from Burgundy. What then remains, we being thus arrived from Ravenspur haven before the gates of York, but that we enter as into our dukedom.
The gates made fast? Brother, I like this not, for many men that stumble at the threshold are well foretold that danger lurks within.
Tush, man, abodements must not now affright us. By fair or foul means we must enter in, for hither will our friends repair to us.
Hastings, my liege, I'll knock once more to summon them. Enter on the walls the Mayor of York and his brethren.
My lords, we were forewarned of your coming, and shut the gates for safety of ourselves, for now we owe allegiance unto Henry.
But, Master Mayor, if Henry be your king, yet Edward at the least is Duke of York.
True, my good lord, I know you for no less.
Why, and I challenge nothing but my dukedom, as being well content with that alone.
But when the fox has once got in his nose, he'll soon find means to make the body follow.
Why, Master Mayor, why stand you in a doubt? Open the gates. We are King Henry's friends.
Aye, say you so? The gate shall then be opened.
And he
Wha-
descends.
A wise, stout captain, and soon persuaded.
Ah, the good man would fain that all were well, so 'twere not long of him. But being entered, I doubt not I, but we shall soon persuade both him and all his brothers unto reason. Enter the mayor and 2 aldermen.
So, Master Mayor, these gates must not be shut, but in the night or in the time of war. What fear not, man, but yield me up the keys.
And takes his keys.
For Edward will defend the town and thee, and all those friends that deign to follow me.
March, enter Montgomery with drum and soldiers.
Brother, this is Sir John Montgomery, our trusted friend, unless I be deceived.
Welcome, Sir John, but why come you in arms?
Eleanor, are you Montgomery?
No.
Brother, okay.
To help King Edward
Richard.
in his time of storm, as every loyal subject ought to do. Thanks, good Montgomery, but we now forget our title to the crown and only claim our dukedom till God please to send the rest. Then fare you well, for I will hence again. I came
not to serve a king and not a duke. Drummers, strike up and let us march away. The drum begins to march.
Nay, stay, Sir John, a while, and we'll debate by what safe means the crown may be recovered.
What talk you of debating in few words? If you'll not let here proclaim yourself our king, I'll leave you to your fortune and be gone to keep them back that come to succor you. Why shall we fight if you pretend no title?
Why, brother, wherefore stand you on nice points?
When we grow stronger, then we'll make our claim. Till then, 'tis wisdom to conceal our meaning.
Away with scrupulous wit, now arms must rule.
And fierce minds must climb soonest into crowns. Brother, we will proclaim you out of hand. The brute, therefore, will bring you many friends.
Then be it as you will, for 'tis my right, and Henry but usurps the diadem. Aye, now my sovereign speaketh like himself, and now will I be Edward's champion.
No. Anybody? What page are we on?
116.
Gotcha. Oh God. Yeah, I know my sovereign speaketh like himself, and now I will be Edward's champion. Sound trumpet, Edward shall be here proclaimed. Come, fellow soldier, make thou proclamation. There's a trumpet and it sounds.
Edward the Fourth, by the grace of God, King of England and France and Lord of Ireland and such.
And whosoe'er gainsay King Edward's right, by this I challenge him to single fight, and throws down his gauntlet.
Long live Edward the
Fourth!
Thanks, brave Montgomery, and thanks unto you all. If fortune serve me, I'll requite this kindness. Now, for this night let's harbour here in York, and when the morning sun shall raise his car above the border of this horizon, we'll forward towards Warwick and his mates. For well I wot that Henry is no soldier. Ah, froward Clarence, how evil it becomes thee to flatter Henry and forsake thy brother. Yet as we may, we'll meet both thee and Warwick. Come on, brave soldiers, doubt not of the day, and that once gotten, doubt not of large pay.
Enter the
And
king.
they exit. Act 4, Scene 8. Oh, is that? No. Yes. And Act 4, Scene 8. The Flourish. Enter the king, Warwick, Montague, Clarence, Oxford, and Somerset.
What counsel, lords? Edward from Belgia, with hasty Germans and blunt Hollanders, hath passed in safety through the narrow seas, and with his troops doth march amain to London, and many giddy people flock to him.
King.
That's
King
not
Edward.
okay.
I think that's Henry. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's Jennifer.
That's Henry. Okay. Let's levy men and beat him back again.
A little fire is quickly trodden out, which being suffered, rivers cannot quench.
In Warwickshire I have true-hearted friends, not mutinous in peace, yet bold in war. Those will I muster up. And thou, son Clarence, shall stir up in Suffolk, Norfolk, and in Kent the knights and gentlemen to come with thee. Thou, brother Montague, in Buckingham, Northampton, and in Leicestershire, shalt find men well inclined to hear what thou commandest. And thou, brave Oxford, wondrous, well beloved in Oxfordshire, shall muster up thy friends. My sovereign with the loving citizens, like to his island, girt in with the ocean, or modest Diane, circled with her nymphs, shall rest in London till we come to him. Fair lords, take leave and stand not to reply. Farewell, my sovereign.
Farewell, my Hector, and my Troy's true hope.
In sign of truth, I kiss your highness hand.
Well-minded Clarence, be thou fortunate.
Eleanor.
Comfort, my lord, and so I take my leave, and thus I seal my truth and bid adieu.
Sweet Oxford and my loving Montague, and all at once more, a happy farewell.
Farewell, sweet lords. Let's meet at Coventry.
And they exit.
Here at the palace will I rest a while. Cousin of Exeter, what thinks your lordship? Methinks the power that Edward hath in field should not be able to encounter mine.
The doubt is that he will seduce the rest.
That's not my fear. My meed hath got me fame. I have not stopped mine ears to their demands, nor posted off their suits with slow delays. My pity hath been balm to heal their wounds. My mildness hath allayed their swelling griefs. My mercy dried their water-flowing tears. I have not been desirous of their wealth, nor much oppressed them with great subsidies, nor forward of revenge, though they much erred. Then why should they love Edward more than me? No, Exeter, his graces challenge grace, and when the lion fawns upon the lamb will never cease to follow him.
A Lancaster! A Lancaster!
Hark, hark, my lord, what shouts are these?
Enter Edward and his soldiers.
Seize on the shamefaced Henry, bear him hence, and once again proclaim us King of England. You are the fount that makes small brooks to flow, now stops thy spring. My sea shall suck them dry, and swell so much the higher by their ebb. Hence with him to the tower, let him not speak. And lords, towards Coventry bend we our course, where peremptory Warwick now remains. The sun shines hot, and if we use delay, cold-biting winter mars our hoped-for hay.
Away betimes before his forces join, and take the great grown Tainer unawares. Brave warriors, march amain toward Coventry.
And they exit. Act 5, Scene 1. We're on the last leg, people. Enter Warwick, the mayor of Coventry, 2 messengers and others upon the walls.
Where is the post that came from valiant Oxford? How far hence is thy lord, mine honest fellow?
By this at Dunsamore, marching hitherward.
How far off is our brother Montague? Where is the post that came from Montague?
By this
By
at
this
Daintree with a patient troop. Enter Somerville.
Say, Somerville, what says my loving son? And by thy guess, how nigh is Clarence now?
Who's Somerville?
Somerset?
No,
It is
No,
not
Somerville.
his.
Somerville. At Somerville. At Southam did I leave him with his forces, and do expect him here some 2 hours hence.
When Clarence is at hand, I hear his drum.
It is not his, my lord. Here Southam lies. The drum his honours hears marches from Warwick.
Who should that be? Belike unlooked for friends.
They are at hand, and thou shalt quickly know. March, flourish, enter Edward, Richard, and soldiers.
Go, trumpets at the walls, and sound a parle.
See how the surly Warwick mans the wall.
Oh,
Warwick.
unbid spite, is sportful Edward come? Where slept our scouts? Or how are they seduced that we could hear no news of his repair?
Now, Warwick, wilt thou ope the city gates? Speak gentle words and humbly bend thy knee. Call Edward king, and at his hands beg mercy, and he shall pardon thee these outrages.
Nay, rather, wilt thou draw thy forces hence? Confess who set thee up and pluck thee down. Call Warwick patron and be penitent, and thou shalt still remain the Duke of York.
I thought at least he would have said the king, or make the jest against his will.
Is not a dukedom, sir, a goodly gift?
Ay, by my faith, but a poor earl to give isle does thee service for so good a gift.
'Twas I that gave the kingdom to thy brother.
Why then 'tis mine, if but by Warwick's gift.
Thou art no Atlas for so great a weight. And weakling, Warwick takes his gift again, and Henry is my king, Warwick his subject.
But Warwick's king is Edward's prisoner, and gallant Warwick do but answer this. What is the body when the head is off?
Alas, that Warwick had no more
Here.
forecast,
Here.
but whiles he thought to steal the single 10, the king was slyly fingered from the deck. You left poor Henry at the bishop's palace, and 10 to 1 you'd meet him in the tower.
'Tis even so, yet you are Warwick still.
Come, Warwick, take the time, kneel down, kneel down. Nay, when? Strike now, or else the iron cools.
I had rather chop this hand off at a blow, and with the other fling it at thy face, than bear so low a sail to strike to thee.
Sail how thou canst, have wind and tide thy friend. This hand, fast wound about thy coal-black hair, shall, whilst thy head is warm and now anew cut off, write in the dust this sentence with thy blood. Wind-changing Warwick now can change no more.
Enter Oxford with drum and colours.
Oh, cheerful colors! See where Oxford comes.
Oxford, Oxford for Lancaster.
The gates are open, let us enter too.
So other foes may set upon our backs, stand we in good array, for they no doubt will issue out again in bitter battle. If not, the city being but of small defence, will quickly rouse the traitors in the same.
Oh, welcome, Oxford, for we want thy help.
Enter Montague with drum and colours. Montague, Montague.
Montague for Lancaster.
Thou and thy brother both shall buy this treason, even with the dearest blood your bodies bear.
The harder matched, the greater victory. My mind presageth happy gain and conquest.
Enter Somerset with drum and colours. Somerset, Somerset for Lancaster.
Two of thy name, both Dukes of Somerset, have sold their lives unto the house of York, and thou shalt be the third, if this sword hold.
Enter Clarence with drum and colours.
And lo, where George of Clarence sweeps along, of force enough to bid his brother's battle, with whom in upright zeal to right prevails more than the nature of a brother's love. Come, Clarence, come. Thou wilt, if Warwick call.
Father of Warwick, know you what this means? Look here, I throw my infamy at thee. I will not ruinate my father's house, who gave his blood to lime the stones together and set up Lancaster. Why trowest thou, Warwick, that Clarence is so harsh, so blunt, unnatural, to bend the fatal instruments of war against his brother and his lawful king? Perhaps thou wilt object my holy oath. To keep that oath were more impiety than Jephthah, where he sacrificed his daughter. I am so sorry for my trespass made, that to deserve well at my brother's hands, I here proclaim myself thy mortal foe, with resolution, wheresoe'er I meet thee, as I will meet thee, if thou stir abroad, to plague thee for thy foul misleading me. And so, proud-hearted Warwick, I defy thee, and to my brother turn my blushing cheeks. Pardon me, Edward, I will make amends, and Richard, do not frown upon my faults, for I will henceforth be no more unconstant.
Now welcome more and 10 times more beloved than if thou never hadst deserved our hate.
Welcome, good Clarence. This is brother-like.
O passing traitor, perjured and unjust.
What, Warwick, wilt thou leave the town and fight, or shall we beat the stones about thine ears?
Alas, I am not cooped here for defense. I will away towards Barnet presently, and bid thee battle, Edward, if thou darest.
Yes, Warwick, Edward dares and leads the way. Lords to the field, St. George and victory!
And they exit. March. Warwick and his company follows. Act 5, Scene 2, alarm and excursions. Enter Edward, bringing forth Warwick wounded.
So lie thou there. Die thou, and die our fear, for Warwick was a bug that feared us all. Now, Montague, sit fast, I seek for thee, that Warwick's bones may keep thine company.
Ah, who is nigh? Come to me, friend or foe, and tell me who is victor, York or Warwick. Why ask I that? My mangled body shows, my blood, my want of strength, my sick heart shows that I must yield my body to the earth, and my fall, the conquest to my foe. Thus yields the cedar to the axe's edge, whose arms gave shelter to the princely eagle, under whose shade the ramping lion slept, whose top branch overpeered Jove's spreading tree, and kept low shrubs from winter's powerful wind. These eyes, that now are dimmed with death's black veil, have been as piercing as the midday sun, to search the secret treasons of the world. The wrinkles in my brows, now filled with blood, were likened oft to kingly sepulchres. For who lived king but I could dig his grave, and who durst smile when Warwick bent his brow? Lo, now my glory smeared in dust and blood. My parks, my walks, my manners that I had, even now forsake me, and of all my lands is nothing left me but my body's length. Why, what is pomp, rule, reign, but earth and dust? And live we how we can, yet die we must.
Enter Oxford and Somerset.
Ah, Warwick, Warwick, wert thou as we are, we might recover all our loss again. The Queen from France hath brought a puissant power. Even now we hear the news. Couldst thou fly?
Why then I would not fly. Ah, Montague, if thou be there, sweet brother, take my hand, and with thy lips keep in my soul a while. Thou lovest me not, for brother, if thou didst, thy tears would wash this cold congealed blood that glues my lips and will not let me speak. Come quickly, Montague, or I am dead.
Ah, Warwick, Montague hath breathed his last, and with the latest gasp cried out for Warwick. He said, commend me to my valiant brother. And more he would have said, and more he spoke, which sounded like a cannon in a vault, that might be distinguished, but at last a well might hear, delivered with a groan. Oh, farewell, Warwick.
Sweet rest his soul. Fly, lords, and save yourselves, for Warwick bids you all farewell to meet in heaven.
Away, away to meet the Queen's great power.
And they bear away his body and exit. Act 5, Scene 3, Flourish. Enter King Edward in triumph with Richard, Clarence, and the rest.
Didn't know I was muted. Okay. Thus far, our fortune keeps an upward course, and we are graced with wreaths of victory. But in the midst of this bright shining day, I spy a black, suspicious, threatening cloud that will encounter with our glorious sun, ere he attain his easeful western bed. I mean, my lords, those powers that the Queen hath raised in Gallia have arrived our coast, and as we hear, march on to fight with us.
A little gale was soon disperse that cloud and blow it to the source from whence it came. The very beams will dry those vapors up, for every cloud engenders not a storm.
The Queen is valued 30,000 strong in Somerset, with Oxford fled to her. If she have time to breathe, be well assured her faction will be full as strong as ours.
We are advertised by our loving friends that they do hold their course towards Tewkesbury. We, having now the best at Barnet Field, will thither straight, for willingness rids way, and as we march our strength will be augmented in every county as we go along. Strike up the drum, cry courage, and away.
And they exit. Act 5, Scene 4, there is a flourish and march. Enter the Queen, young Edward, Somerset, Oxford, and soldiers.
Great lords, wise men there sit and wail their loss, but cheerily seek how to redress their harms. What though the mast be now blown overboard, the cable broke, the holding anchor lost, and half our sailors swallowed in the flood? Yet lives our pilot still. Is't meet that he should leave the helm, and like a fearful lad, with tearful eyes add water to the sea, and give more strength to that which hath too much, whilst in his moan the ship splits on the rock which industry and courage might have saved? Ah, what a shame, ah, what a fault were this! Say, Warwick was our anchor, what of that? And Montague our topmast, what of him? Our slaughtered friends, the tackles, what of these? Why is not Oxford here, another anchor, and Somerset another goodly mass. The friends of France are shrouds and tacklings, and though unskilful, why not Ned and I, for once allow the skilful pilot's charge? We will not from the helm to sit and weep, but keep our course, though the rough winds say no, from shelves and rocks that threaten us with wrack. As good to chide the waves as speak them fair. And what is Edward but a ruthless sea? What Clarence but a quicksand of deceit? And Richard but a raged fatal rock? All these, the enemies to our poor bark, say you can swim, alas, 'tis but a while. Tread on the sand, why there you quickly sink. Bestride the rock, the tide will wash you off, or else you famish, that's a threefold death. This speak I, lords, to let you understand, if case some one of you would fly from us, that there's no hope for mercy with the brothers, more than with ruthless waves, with sands and rocks. Why, courage then, what cannot be avoided? 'Twere childish weakness to lament or fear.
Methinks a woman of this valiant spirit should, if a coward heard her speak these words, infuse his breast with magnanimity, and make him naked, foil a man at arms. I speak not this as doubting any here, for did I but suspect a fearful man, he should have leave to go away betimes, lest in our need he might infect another, and make him of like spirit to himself. If any such be here, as God forbid, let him depart before we need his help.
Aye, women and children of so high a courage, and warriors faint? Why, 'twere perpetual shame. O brave young prince, thy famous grandfather doth live again in thee. Long mayest thou live, to bear his image and renew his glories.
And he that will not fight for such a hope, go home to bed, and like the owl by day, if he arise, be mocked and wondered at.
Thanks, gentle Somerset. Sweet Oxford, thanks.
And take his thanks that yet hath nothing else.
Enter messenger. Prepare you, lords, for Edward is at hand, ready to fight, therefore be resolute. I thought no less. It is his policy to haste thus fast to find us unprovided.
But he's deceived. We are in readiness.
This cheers my heart to see your forwardness.
Here pitch our battle, hence we will not budge.
Flourish and march. Enter Edward, Richard, Clarence, and soldiers.
Brave followers, yonder stands the thorny wood, which by the heavens' assistance and your strength must by the roots be hewn up yet ere night. I need not add more fuel to your fire, for well I wot ye blaze to burn them out. Give signal to the fight and to it, lords.
Lords, knights, and gentlemen, what I should say my tears gainsay. For every word I speak, you see I drink the water of my eye. Therefore no more but this. Henry, your sovereign, is prisoner to the foe, his state usurped, his realm a slaughterhouse, his subjects slain, his statutes cancelled, and his treasure spent. And yonder is the wolf that makes the spoil. You fight injustice, then in God's name, lords, be valiant and give signal to the fight.
Now here a period of tumultuous broils. Away with Oxford, to Hames Castle straight. For Somerset, off with his guilty head, go bear them hence, I will not hear them speak.
For my part, I'll not trouble thee with words.
Nor I, but stoop with patience to my fortune. And he exits.
So part we sadly in this troublous world to meet with joy in sweet Jerusalem.
is proclamation made that who finds Edward shall have a high reward, and he his life?
It is, and lo, where youthful Edward comes.
Enter the prince.
Bring forth the gallant, let us hear him speak. What, can so young a thorn begin to prick? Edward, what satisfaction canst thou make for bearing arms, for stirring up my subjects, and all the trouble thou hast turned me to?
Speak like a subject, proud, ambitious York. Suppose that I am now my father's mouth. Resign thy chair, and where I stand, kneel thou, whilst I propose the selfsame words to thee, which traitor thou wouldst have me answer to.
That thy father had been so resolved.
That you might still have worn the petticoat, and ne'er have stolen the breech from Lancaster.
Let Aesop fable in a winter's night. His currish riddles sorts not with this place.
By heavens, brat, I'll plague you for that word.
Aye, thou wast born to be a plague to men.
For God's sake, take away this captive scold.
Nay, take away this scolding crookback rather.
A peace, wilful boy, or I will charm your tongue.
Untutored lord, thou art too malapert.
I know my duty. You are all undutiful. Lascivious Edward, and thou perjured George, and thou misshapen Dick, I'll tell ye all, I am your better. Traitors as ye are, and thou usurps my father's right and mine.
Take that, the likeness of this railer here.
He stabs him.
Sprawlest thou? Take that to end thy agony. Oh!
Richard stabs him. And there's for twitting me with perjury, Clarence stabs him.
Oh, kill me too.
Marry, and shall.
Offers to kill her.
Hold, Richard, hold, for we have done too much.
Why should she live to fill the world with words?
What, doth she swoon? Use means for her recovery.
Clarence, excuse me to the king thy brother. I'll hence to London on a serious matter. Ere ye come there, I'll be sure to hear some news.
What? What?
Tower. The tower.
And he exits.
Oh, Ned, sweet Ned, speak to thy mother, boy. Canst thou not speak? Oh, traitors, murderers! They that stabbed Caesar shed no blood at all, did not offend, nor were not worthy blame if this foul deed were by to equal it. He was a man, this, in respect, a child, and men ne'er spend their fury on a child. What's worse than murder, that I may name it? No, no, my heart will burst, and if I speak, and I will speak, so that my heart may burst. Butchers and villains, bloody cannibals, how sweet a plant have you untimely cropped! You have no children, butchers. If you had, the thought of them would have stirred up remorse. But if you ever chance to have a child, look in his youth to have him so cut off. As deathman, you have rid this sweet young prince.
Away with her, go bear her hence perforce.
They never bear me hence. Dispatch me here. Here sheathe thy sword. I'll pardon thee my death. What? Wilt thou not? Then, Clarence, do it thou.
By heaven, I will not do thee so much ease.
Good Clarence, do, sweet Clarence, do thou do it.
Thou didst not hear me swear I would not do it.
Ay, but thou used to forswear thyself. 'Tis sin before, but now 'tis charity. What wilt thou not? Where is that devil's butcher Richard? Hard-favored Richard. Richard, where art thou? Thou art not here. Murder is thy alms deed. Petitioners for blood thou ne'er putst back.
Ah, away, I say, I charge ye bear her hence.
So come to you and yours as to this prince.
And the Queen exits.
Where's Richard gone?
To London, all in post, and as I guess, to make a bloody supper in the Tower.
He's sudden if a thing comes in his head. Now march we hence. Discharge the common sort with pay and thanks, and let's away to London, and see our gentle queen, how well she fares. By this I hope she hath a son for me.
Act 5, and they exit. Act 5, Scene 6. Enter Henry VI and Richard with the lieutenant on the walls.
Good day, my lord. What at your brook so hard?
Ay, my good lord. My lord, I should say, rather. To sin to flatter, good was little better. Good Gloucester and good devil were alike, and both preposterous. Therefore, not good lord.
Sirrah, leave us to ourselves. We must confer.
So flies the reckless shepherd from the wolf. So first the harmless sheep doth yield his fleece, and next his throat unto the butcher's knife. What scene of death hath Roscius now to act?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. The thief doth fear each blush of an officer.
The bird that hath been limed in a bush, with trembling wings, was misdoubteth every bush. And I, the hapless male to one sweet bird, have now the fatal object in my eye, where my poor young was limbed, was caught, and killed.
Why, what a peevish fool was that of Crete, that taught his son the office of a fowl. And yet for all his wings, the fool was drowned.
Ay, Daedalus, my poor boy Icarus, thy father Minos had denied our course, the sun that seared the wings of my sweet boy, thy brother Edward, and thyself, the sea that whose envious gulf did swallow up his life. Ah, kill me with thy weapon, not with words. My breast can better brook thy dagger's point than can my ears their tragic history. But wherefore dost thou come? Is it for my life?
Thinkest thou that I am an executioner?
A persecutor, I am sure thou art. If murdering innocents be executing, why then thou art an executioner.
Thy son I killed for his presumption.
Hast thou been killed when first you did presume? Thou hast not lived to kill a son of mine. And thus I prophesy that many a thousand which now mistrust no parcel of my fear, and many an old man's sigh, and many a widow's, and many an orphan's water-standing eye, men for their sons, wives for their husbands, orphans for their parents' timeless death, shall rue the hour that ever thou wast born. The owl shrieked at thy birth, an evil sign. The night crow cried, boding luckless time. Dogs howled, and hideous tempest shook down trees. The raven rooked on her on the chimney's top, and chattering pies and dismal discord sung. Thy mother felt more than a mother's pain, and yet brought forth less than a mother's hope, to wit, an indigested and deformed lump, not like the fruit of such a goodly tree. Teeth thou hast thou in thy head when thou wast born, to signify thou camest to bite the world. If the rest be true, which I have heard, thou camest.
I'll hear no more. Die, prophet, in thy speech. For this amongst the rest was I ordained.
I and for much more slaughter after this. Oh God, forgive my sins and pardon thee.
What? Will the aspiring blood of Lancaster sink in the ground? I thought it would have mounted. See how my sword weeps for the poor king's death. Oh, may such purple tears be always shed from those that wish the downfall of our house. If any spark of life be yet remaining, down, down to hell, and I say, I sent thee hither. Ooh. I that have neither pity, love, nor fear. Indeed, 'tis true that Henry told me of, for I have oft heard my mother say, I came into the world with my legs forward. Hath I not reason, think you, to make haste and seek their ruin that usurped our right? That usurped our right? The midwife wondered, and the women cried, O Jesus, bless us! He is born with teeth. And so I was, which plainly signified that I should snarl and bite and play the dog. And since heavens have shaped my body so, let hell make crook my mind to answer it. I have no brother. I am like no brother. And this word, love, which graybeards call divine, be resident in men like one another, and not in me. I am myself alone. Clarence, beware, thou keepest me from the light. But I will sort a pitchy day for thee, for I will buzz abroad such prophecies that Edward shall be fearful of his life. And then, to purge his fear, I'll be thy death. King Henry and the prince his son are gone. Clarence, thy turn is next, and then the rest. Counting myself but bad, till I be best. I'll throw my body in another room, and triumph, Henry, in thy day of doom. Exit.
And he exits. Act 5, Scene 7. Flourish. Enter the King, Queen, Clarence, Richard, Hastings, nurse, and attendants.
Yeah, there are loud gardeners right outside my window, so that's what we're hearing.
Oh, sorry.
Once more we sit in England's royal throne, repurchased with the blood of enemies. What valiant foemen like to autumn's corn have we mowed down in tops of all their pride? 3 Dukes of Somerset, threefold renown, for hardy and undoubted champions. 2 Cliffords as the father and the son, and 2 Northumberlands. 2 braver men ne'er spurred their coursers at the trumpet sound. With them the 2 brave bears, Warwick and Montague, that in their chains fettered the kingly lion, and made the forest tremble when they roared. Thus have we swept suspicion from our seat, and made our footstool of security. Come hither, Bess, and let me kiss my boy. Young Ned, for thee, thine uncles, and myself, have in our armours watched the winter's night, went all afoot in summer's scalding heat, that thou mightst repossess the crown in peace, and of our labours thou shalt reap the gain.
I'll blast his harvest if your head were laid, for yet I am not looked on in the world. His shoulder was ordained so thick to heave, and heave it shall some weight, or break my back. Work thou the way that shall execute.
Clarence and Gloucester, love my lovely queen, and kiss your princely nephew, brothers both.
The duty that I do unto your majesty, I seal upon the lips of this sweet babe.
Thanks, noble Clarence, worthy brother, thanks.
And that I love thee from whence he sprangst witness the loving kiss. I give the fruit. To say the truth, so Judas kissed his master, and cried all hail when he meant all harm.
Now am I seated as my soul delights, having my country's peace and brothers' loves.
What will your grace have done with Margaret? Reynard, her father, to the king of France, hath pawned the Cecils and Jerusalem, and hither have they sent it for her ransom.
Away with her, and waft her hence to France. And now what rests but that we spend the time with stately triumphs, mirthful comic shows, such as befits the pleasure of the court. Sound drums and trumpets, farewell sour annoy, for here I hope begins our lasting joy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, phew.
My God, it's hysterical.
Oh my goodness. We made it all the way through.
Could I just make one more point on the pronunciation? It didn't really happen too much here, but there's another one that people get wrong. It's L-I-S-T apostrophe S-T. That's lists or heardst. People tend to pronounce it as heardest, listest, and they turn that apostrophe S-D into another syllable, and that's not right. You mustn't do that because
It's a
it
contraction.
destroys. It's a contraction, and you're destroying the rhythm of the pentameter. So you really have to be careful when that comes up. And when it says, I heardst, it's not heardest. People take that apostrophe st as being est. It's not. It's heardst. It's very much an abbreviation, and you have to get it right. Otherwise, you're destroying the rhythm of the line. You'll notice it as you're spelling it, because you suddenly find you've done heard, you've heard, you've heard heardest, and you suddenly find you've got an extra syllable at the end of the line you're speaking, and it screws up the pentameter. So you really have to be careful on that one.
Yeah, I think the good sort of rule of thumb is to think of the apostrophe as being not another syllable, as opposed to that like when you have the ed, it is another syllable. When it's an apostrophe d, there isn't another syllable. So, but yeah, and I know there are challenges, of course. Well, we had some special Zoom challenges today with
yeah, we did.
Kept squinting on us, and then the kitty couldn't get back for a while, but we got it, got through it, and that yeah, there is one of the things with the working from the folio texts is there's some really great clues in there in terms of like these things with the apostrophes and such, but also it can be challenging with differences in spelling, because spelling wasn't as consistent back then.
Well, I always remember, Paul, I once had to do a reading from Richard II, it was Richard II, and I hadn't worked on it beforehand, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I went through it, and I was struggling, but I followed the clues in the text. And when I got to the end of it, people had understood what I was saying, and they understood the relationships, because I simply followed the clues in the language.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a really good point. And
Oh, Kevin,
Yes.
when you're doing these things in the past, can you turn your camera a bit? Because we tended to only see you from the nose up.
Okay. Yeah. This is
And while that's attractive, but it's not complete, you know. I mean,
yeah. I
You're
was trying to keep the backlight from
that's not
coming
a
in, but
worry. Your
you're
camera adjusts.
heading backwards the way the camera is.
Yeah, it all works. It was fine, but we'd rather see the whole of your face than just you from the nose
yeah.
up.
Okay.
And it would be good if you could make it so it's parallel to your face instead of having your face tilted.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I would like to change, but I'm working under circumstances that I wasn't prepared for. So I
Well,
apologize for.
it also depends where people are reading their text from. Some of them are doing split screen. I have a separate iPad that sits to my left, and I do my reading off that.
Yeah, I've got my text on the right, but I'm used to using my laptop, which I don't have to wear headphones or use a camera for. But right now, as you saw before, my
Oh, yeah.
camera's not working properly. So all I've got is some other stuff displayed.
You live what you can. You live what you can do with
Yeah.
what you can do.
Anything but cats.
What's that?
Anything but cats.
Why?
It was a little bit strange,
Well,
a
Anything
little bit weird.
I tried to put up, I had my photo set up initially, but when my camera went out, it wouldn't even display the photo. And somehow it got locked into this, using it for something else. So
Yeah,
that's the only thing that'll show on my laptop.
Oh,
yeah.
I like the cats.
It's the classic Zoom problem.
Yeah.
What I
Well,
hate is when I log in and Zoom says, "Oh, we have to do an update," and I
yeah,
think, "Oh God."
that's what
I'm all
happened to
set
me
to
too.
go, and I'm
Yeah.
all set to go, and Zoom's gonna do an update on me. Drives
Yeah.
me crazy.
Have you stopped the YouTube, Paul?
Okay, well, I just wanted to see if anybody had any other things they wanted to say before
No,
we finish.
everything's fine.
Okay,